John chapter 1, verse 10. He, meaning our good Father, came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. Verse 12. But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. One thing I love telling the students at our church about this song is that it is not simply describing the things God does, it is describing his identity. He's not simply fatherly, he is the good Father. And to say that we are loved by him, as it does in the next line of the chorus, again, is not a description of events, it is a description of our identity. It doesn't say, to all who believed him and accepted him, he forgave their sin. It says, to all who believed and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. If you believe and accept, you are not simply forgiven, you are adopted. Please join me as we sing about our good Father, about the answers only he provides, about the meaning that can only be found in him.
Well, I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you're like, but I've heard the tender whisper of love in the dead of night, and you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. Who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Well, I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers only you provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. Love so undeniable, I can hardly speak. Peace so unexplainable, I can hardly think as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still into love, love, love. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am.
In the Bible, prophets were known as king makers and king breakers. These were guys that served as the voice of God. And one of the most famous ones is Samuel, the guy that anointed Saul, the guy that anointed David. But before Samuel was a mighty king breaking and king making prophet, he was a little boy living in the temple. And there's a story in 1 Samuel chapter 3 of him being stirred from his sleep several times in one night by the voice of God. Samuel did not yet know the Lord because he had never had a message from the Lord before. So the Lord called a third time, and once more Samuel got up and went to Eli. God was calling to him. Samuel didn't know it. And then on the advice of the high priest Eli, he went back to bed again with the knowledge of the far more experienced believer that was going to guide him through the next calling. Verse 10, the Lord came and called as before, Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel replied, Speak, your servant is listening. 3 times in one night, this mythical thing happened. Samuel hearing the voice of God calling to him, and the first 3 times in the night, he didn't recognize it. I'm sure for many believers, this time of quarantine and paranoia and panic has been one where we feel like God is absent from our lives. You might feel like God's not speaking. Samuel, the kingmaker, the king breaker, God calls out to him 3 times in a row and he doesn't recognize God's voice. So the big question is, would you? Is God calling to you in your life right now? Is he reaching out to you? Is he speaking to you? And if he is, are you listening? This song calls out for that kind of understanding. It begs God for that kind of a mindset where we listen to him, where we painstakingly listen for him. This song speaks to a desire to be woken up out of our slumber, to be shaken out of our complacency. Do you really want to hear the voice of God? Because the voice of God means change. The voice of God means reshaping ourselves into something that he can find useful. The big question is, do you actually want that? Are you listening? God is calling. Are you listening?
Lord, wake us, break slumber, invade us. We want to embrace you. We're waiting for you to speak. For your servants listening. Lord, speak. For your word is bliss to me. I've brought my designs, but Lord, do right in your eyes. I trust you. Silence me to hear you speak. For your servants listening. Lord, speak. For your word is bliss to me. Good Father, Lord Jesus, sweet Spirit, your will and your ways, Lord, may hurt, but your wisdom is perfect. We won't let your word fall to the ground. Now that we've heard these precious sounds, your voice may herald pain, and yet we are in heaven when you speak. For your servants listening, Lord, speak, for your word is bliss to me. Speak, for your servants listening, Lord, speak, for your word is bliss to me. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're waiting for you to. We're waiting, we're waiting, we're